Alrighty, we should be live now. I'm going to make sure everything is working, and then we'll get started. Audio sounds good. Alrighty, now that we're all set up, we can get this show on the road, and we are making history today. This has to be the first time I'm early for a week one stream, because those are always like the longest to get ready for. But I guess I did a good job of pacing it over the last couple of days to where I didn't have too much to do today, other than like the last bit of roster moves and then all the depth charts and whatnot. So this is the third preseason sim. I've already gone through the first two. I haven't seen too much, so we can react together. What's good, C-Mill, Pokemon, Kevin, Danny, Little Jaw, Nickinator. Okay, so here is the end of our first preseason stream. We had the Texans and the Cowboys in the OFL Bowl, which is interesting. I happen to know the other two OFL Bowl matchups. I don't know the results yet. But I know the teams that are playing, and seeing these two here is interesting. Let's start with the standings. Best record in the league. Hell yeah. Oh my god! The Monarchs went 0-17. Are they that bad? I thought about picking them to win the division. The Rams I get. I saw their roster today. It's brutal. But Jesus Christ. Okay. All right. So the AFC North, the Bengals win the division. We go 14-3. Our offense scored a lot of points. I like to see that. The Texans win the South, 13-4. The Titans with a big drop-off, though. That's a surprise. In the AFC East, whoa, 4 playoff teams. The Bills win the division at 14-3. The Orbits, Jets, and Patriots are the 3 wild cards. And then in the West, garbage. Nothing but garbage. Denver wins the division just barely over the Chargers. The NFC North, the Explorers win it, a game over the Lions and tied with the Vikings. And then here's poor old London. Who are they starting at quarterback again? Do they have Bo Nix still starting? I don't know. In the South, Dreadnoughts win the division. Eagles make the playoffs. In the East, Dallas wins the division. Eagles make the playoffs. Commanders and Cougars at 10-7 both miss out. And then in the NFC West, Seattle gets the number 1 seed at 14-3, and the San Francisco 49ers go 11-6. I feel like these really lined up with my predictions. Bengals 1, Bills 2, Texans 3, Niners and Jets both making the playoffs. Seahawks I had at 1, Dallas I had at 2. This is honestly like damn near exactly this. They stole my predictions. Let's look at the playoff bracket. Did the Bengals lose in the divisional round? You're goddamn right we did. We lost to the Orbits. Jesus Christ. Okay. The Niners made it to the NFC Championship. They beat Seattle. Wow. Good for them. So both 1 seeds lost. Interesting. As we had the Battle of Texas in the OFL Bowl. Here are the stat leaders. We're not going to go through all the stats. Why is Josh Jacobs not one of the rushing leaders? Rashawn Gary had 31 sacks. And then Matthias Zerberg, who's also on the Texans, the rookie, had 24. All right. How many sacks did they have as a team? 83. And they had 2 guys combined for 55. Yes, this was the Luke Bird one. This is the one where he started. But can I just see the Texans real quick? Shout out to Daniel Godley. He was really good. I just want to see this on my screen just so I can, like, have proof. Oh, and they each had an extra half. Okay, my bad for rounding down. They had 57 sacks, and Quinnen Williams had double digits as well. I clearly picked the wrong rookie. Oh, my God. And then, Cocky is right here. Oh, dear Lord. He was Jameis Winston. All right, let's simulate the OFL Bowl. Who do we have, the Cowboys or the Texans? For this one, I'm going to pick the Texans because they had two guys combined for 57 sacks. Changes number 32 is not fly. What's wrong with 32? I don't see an issue with that. Ooh, it goes to Dallas. Nick gets ring number 2, 21-17. Greg Newsome wins the OFL Bowl MVP. Why is that not a surprise? If Dallas wins the OFL Bowl, I'm willing to bet he wins the MVP. As for the awards, nothing overly surprising here. I could see all of those happening. I picked Rashawn Gary to win the Defensive Player of the Year. No, wait, no, I didn't. I picked TJ Watt. Never mind. But still, all of these sound good. Y'all expect so much out of the guy with 25 medium accuracy. It's because every time he's gotten a chance in sim, whether it's a preseason sim or as a starter, he's been unironically good. I don't know why, but he has been. That's why we have expectations. All right, this is sim number 2, and the first thing you'll notice, if you're high on the Texans and Cowboys, congratulations. They're your OFL Bowl again. Double trouble. So we'll start with the standings. The Bills win 5th. Why are the Nighthawks the number 1 seed? They are the number 1 seed with Buffalo. The Lions and the Snowhawks each win 1 game. I picked Detroit to win the division. What's happening? And then nobody else had less than 5. Interesting. AFC North, the Bengals win the division at 12-5. Houston wins the South. Oilers get a playoff spot. Yes, sir. Oh, good thing you didn't see the first sim, Frank. It wasn't as kind. The AFC East appears to be quite good. The Orbits and Jets have now made the playoffs both times. And then the Broncos win 12 games out west. In the NFC North, the Monarchs, who went 0-17 the first time around, win the division. So the NFC North is just going to be cracked out this year. That's fun. NFC South, much of the same. Dreadnoughts and Eagles. Cowboys win the East. Eagles make the playoffs. Just like the first sim, the Commanders and Cougars both finish over 500, and they both miss out. In the West, the Nighthawks win the division. Seattle gets a wild card. This time the Rams win 8 games after winning 1. And then the Niners miss out as well. Did anyone have over 30 sacks? No. Myles Garrett had 27. That's cool. Josh Jacobs was 2nd rushing. Nice. Cocky was 2nd in passing. 1 spot ahead of Phil Chippendale, who I guess is starting for the Monarchs. And nothing else really surprising. I want to see Cocky, though. I want to see his numbers looking good. Damn, Daniel! Those numbers look pretty strong. But what's the deal with Cocky? Did he just throw for a lot of yards in that playbook? I mean, these aren't bad. I don't know if these are, like, elite, but I don't know if he can expect elite from 44 medium accuracy. But overall, these are not bad. All right, let's simulate the bowl. Dallas won the first one. I'm going to pick Dallas to win it again. I got it wrong last time. And it is Dallas. All right, so they win 49-24. Seems like EA's high on the Cowboys this year, aren't they? Kevin Byard wins the OFL Bowl MVP this time. We had a lot of the same awards. Jalen Hurts, Jonathan Taylor, Trey Lacey, and Matthias Zerberg. I want to see how many sacks Zerberg had. And then we can go to the last one. What if he had like 24 again? Why is this guy so good? Should I have picked him over Daniel Godley all along? Lamar was not very good. He was my MVP pick. Zerberg had 18. Wow, that's not all that good compared to the last one. Okay, so the good news for the third and final save is that the Texans and Cowboys are not both back in the OFL Bowl. But one of them is. Where is it? It was 41. There it is. So Dallas has a chance to three-peat. They'll be going up against the Buffalo Bills in the OFL Bowl this time. The Bengals did not win their division, which is not ideal. I was kind of worried about it at first. I did the second sim, and the game was being weird. It said I didn't have enough save data. We started off like 1-4, and then I had to delete the save because, well, nothing saved. But, yeah, the Bengals might not be so hot. So the Dreadnoughts go 16-1. They get the number 1 seed. And look who gets the number 1 seed in the AFC. Interesting. The Rams, Panthers, and Seahawks are the worst teams in the league. AFC North, the Steelers win the division. We still get a playoff spot. 500 points. It seems like nothing was the issue. We just lost a lot of games. The Texans won the South. The Jets won the East. So the Bills would have made it as a wild card. All three Sims, the Jets, Bills, and Orbits, have all made the playoffs. And then in the West, this time it goes to the Raiders. The Explorers win the North. The Dreads win the South. No Geekles this time. The Cowboys win the East at 15-2, yet they don't get a bye. The Commanders do make the playoffs this time, as do the Cougars, whereas the Eagles, who got in the first two times, don't. Then in the NFC West, the Seahawks win the division. The Nighthawks grab a playoff spot. These three look like they're going to be very competitive. I'm very curious to see who finishes second between these two teams, assuming Seattle wins and the Rams get last. I think the Niners are better, but it could very well be the Nighthawks. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Did anyone have 30 sacks? What did Matthias Zerberg do this time? 31 for Micah Parsons. I Chase Young Kids is on the screen. Cocky Butt Cannon, third in passing. Josh Jacobs is there. And that's everything that's notable. Randy Gregory to the Niners. Why did the Broncos sign him for so much just to cut him that quickly? That never made sense. All right, do the Cowboys win all three? I'm going to say no. I'm going to pick the Bills. It is the Bills. Okay, so Dallas does not three-peat. I kind of wish Dallas did three-peat, because then if Nick loses early in the playoffs, it would have been funnier. Micah Parsons wins the OFL Bowl MVP, so all three OFL Bowl MVPs have come on the defensive side of the ball. That might be the most realistic thing I've seen from this sim, because defensive players win OFL Bowl MVP so often. Trayvon Diggs last year, obviously, because you're White the year before, and then we had Josh Allen and Josh Jacobs, but that's besides the point. Aquiz Geronimo wins the Rookie of the Year this time. Different Texans rookie. Trey Lacey wins it again. Kupp, Parsons, Desmond Ridder, MVP. Imagine. That'd be funny. All right. So those are your three preseason sims. Guess what? While that gives us some information, none of it matters. This is the stuff that's going to matter. Why are we in week 4 of the preseason? We should definitely be past it. Hold on. That might not be the most recent save. Yeah, that's what I thought. Good. Okay. I saw a request from Mr. Franklin to do a couple switches, and other than that, we should be ready to roll. OA at rush left. Hutch it. Oh, so it's just flipping them. Can I see my linebacking core? If you want to see them, there's a roster video available. I recommend checking it out. Do you think there's any chance the Pats make the playoffs? I was higher on them 5 minutes ago than I was now, and it's nothing against New England, but the Orbits and the Jets both appear to be kind of good. Can I check Robert Lawrence? Sure. I think, didn't you put 2 rookies as your 2 rush ends? I think that was you. Yeah, there's Burnham, and there's Lawrence. And DK in the slot. I'm going to do a Lions thing. Trust. Why is Kadarius Toney at tight end again? Rob and Rob. Quite the duo. All right, let me just double check that I have injuries on. They should be on. I think the last sim where the Bills won the OFL Bowl, injuries were off, and then for the first 2, injuries were on. Perfect. Why is Tony... Did you fix it? I can change him back. Where do you want him to be? I'm not... Do we want to change Cocky's number? 32 is kind of funny, because like he's a meme player. I feel like it would be funny. Unless everyone wants to change it, we can be a democracy. You have 1 tight end on your roster. Ouch. All right, let's have a vote. Anyone who wants cocky to keep 32, let me know. And it seems like everyone wants to keep it except for Nick. Sorry, bud. I know that he's your player, but guess what? Everybody wants to keep it. So, sucks to suck. If it was tied, I would let it be switched, but everybody wants to keep it. So, yeah, sorry, bud. All right. Let's get the show on the road. So the 2 watch games today, unless there's been some drastic voting change, we've got the Bengals and the Bills in week 1. And then for week 3, we've got one of the OFL Bowl matchups that we saw twice in the preseason sims, being Dallas and Houston. Our 2 simcast games will be week 2, Seattle against Philadelphia, and then week 4, one of the preseason sim darlings, the New York Jets, will face off against cocky butt cannon and the Raiders. So I think we're all good. I don't think we need to do anything else. Let's get started. Let's get Siri. Hey Siri, oh boy. Hey Siri, are you ready for a new OFL season to start? What the hell? Hey Siri, are you ready for a new OFL season to start? Siri's not answering my question. I don't know if Siri's ready. Siri, what are your thoughts on Daniel Godley?
One moment.
Okay, Grandma.
Still on it.
Are you, though?
Something went wrong.
Jesus Christ.
Please try again.
Siri, give me a number between 8 and 9.
On it.
This should not be hard, Siri. What the hell?
Still working.
Siri's been broken for 3... Is this like an actual... Does Siri not work?
Sorry, something went wrong.
Oh my god.
Please try again.
Are we seriously going to have to do the old-fashioned way? This physically hurts me. I'm going to pull up a random number generator. It's not the same without Siri, though. I feel like I'm cheating. Alright, Siri has picked 1. I did 1 and 2. So I guess we're going to use her the Bengals. Who dey? I've never seen someone with a worse Siri than you. Apparently, I don't know, Siri likes me. It wasn't... I don't remember it being this bad for the draft, though. I do kind of remember it being weird, but not that weird. Alright, SG DM'd me what jerseys he wanted to wear. If I can get controller number 2 to work. Why is controller number 2 not turning on? It's plugged in. My controller has been weird, like turning on sometimes when they're dead. I don't know what it's doing. I have it literally plugged in. Well, that's not good. It doesn't say it's charging. Blow the plug. You want me to blow what? I'm kidding. It's almost like they're dead. It's almost like they should, like, be charging when I plug it into the charger. Okay, now it's working. There we go. There we go. Alrighty, let's try this again. Let's see what jerseys he wants, because he told me in advance. As for us, I think we got to go all white, right? There we go. Is that the... He said he wanted 2010 throwbacks Ryan Fitzpatrick Holmes. There's no 2010, so I assume he means 2000s. Unless he wants the red ones, but he didn't specifically say red. Do we think he would want red instead of that? I feel like the all red does look better, objectively. So, I guess this is what he wants. Maybe, question mark. I'll trust it. Let's begin. Season 4 of OFL 23 is finally here. We last had our OFL Bowl like 2 months ago. A lot has happened since then, but we're back. And we're starting off with a rematch of the AFC Championship between the Buffalo Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals, both of whom have new quarterbacks. Isaiah Thomas is going to be the starting quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. He'll face off against the rookie and the greatest prospect our league has ever seen, Daniel Godley, who has been hyped up for at least 2 years now. We finally get to see him on an OFL field, which should be interesting. And he's got quite the tough test against a great Bills defense. They've got some good pass rushers. They've obviously got some good corners. I'm terrified of Trayvon Diggs. And Matt Corral gets to have fun holding the clipboard. I wish I could trade him and let him play, but you know, you can't get everything you want. Praying on Isaiah Thomas's downfall, you and me both. The Bengals are going to start with the ball. Damn. So that means we're going to get immediately our first look at the new QB1 of the Cincinnati Bengals, drafted first overall out of LSU. It's Daniel Godley, the 20-year-old, 92 overall rookie. 99 throw power. His accuracies are unbelievable. I'm very curious to see how he does here and watched. In the preseason sims, he looked like he did pretty good. He didn't blow me away, but he still looked good. His numbers were pretty similar to Matt Corral's, but I'm hoping that in watch games, he can put us over the edge as his first throw as a Bengal is a first down. I think that was Jamison Williams with a gain of 13. He's already targeting Trayvon Diggs. Bold strategy. Worked on that play. Another throw. He's under pressure. He's going to launch a rocket. That was a good throw. Good defense, though. He is not afraid. Absolutely not. I like the aggressiveness so far. Under more pressure. Good throw, and he got it out quick, too. I think that's Hunter Long. Can we, block for him? I like that he gets the ball out quickly. The one issue I have with him is I think he has the paranoid sense of pressure trait, which is not good, especially for a team who has a lot of guys who can sack the quarterback. Like, not just the Bills, but our other main competitors across the league. Here's Josh Jacobs, Offensive Player of the Year. He does not look very paranoid, absolutely. He looks really calm and composed even when facing pressure. Now, it's only been a minute and a half, so I don't want to jump the gun, but his first 3 passing plays are encouraging as he gets strip sacked. Awesome. At least we recover. That wasn't really his fault, though. He just stood tall in the pocket the entire time. He just happened to fumble the ball. So, I'm not worried about his sense of pressure after that play. I'm more so worried about his carrying. How did the ball get out that quick? First time he's ever been tackled, he fumbles it. This might be the second time he gets tackled. Yep, he is sacked again. Micah Parsons and Lewis Seen. Can we please, for the love of God, block? It's every play. We have no time to throw it. Bro's name is Godly because he sends the ball to heaven. 3rd and 30. He actually has blocks. Oh my goodness, and he dumps it off. No reason to try to risk it, I guess. And we're going to have to punt it. Not a good drive from the offensive line, who, going into the offseason, we lost multiple starters. J.C. Latham, Frank Ragnow. But we made a lot of solid depth offensive line signings in the offseason and in the preseason, along with some of the good ones we've already had. As we get a look at Isaiah Thomas for the first time with the Buffalo Bills. Trevor Lawrence wins an OFL Bowl here, and then he gets yanked out the door. Bills don't want to pay him. Isaiah Thomas, not as good, but he's significantly cheaper. And Trevor Lawrence in watch games was a mixed bag anyway, to put it nicely. Their pass rush looks good. Can our pass rush look good too? Not a bad start. Isaiah Thomas is incomplete. Good pressure up the middle. The one real weakness on this team is our interior pressure with Neville Gallimore and Tershawn Wharton. So, I'm hoping we can get pressure up the middle, because that's not exactly the best defensive tackle duo. Look at his cleats, so clean. Franchise leader drive right there. Good throw on 3rd and 1. There's Dallas Goedert for the first down. I feel like every time we play the Bills, it's in Buffalo. I don't know why. Bro said I did not have the best defensive tackle duo. Did I not say that they were not the best? If anything, they're probably one of the worst. We have maybe the best defensive end duo, but our defensive tackles aren't very good. Plenty of weapons for Thomas. He sure has plenty. Jonathan Taylor, Dallas Goedert, Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, Calvin Mentor, the rookie Devin Wilcox, who was Daniel Godley's number 1 receiver at LSU. They've got a lot of talent, that's for sure. And their offensive line is better than ours, which, I mean, how much does offensive line really matter in this game? But it is definitely better. Ooh, that could have been intercepted if only Surtain got there quicker. He's got the keys to the Ferrari. He's on 3rd base. Was he born on 3rd base, or did he hit a triple? I'm going to take the first option. Tristan Wirfs is hurt. That's significant. Feels like every time we watch the Bills, they get like 4 big injuries. Under pressure, there's a sack. Chidobe Awuzie brings him down, along with Myles Garrett. Shout out Chidobe. He's him. Solid play by JT. He gets 7. But for this game, hooday! Chasing young kids doesn't make you good. In fact, it puts you in jail so you can't play. You're not entirely wrong. And it's intercepted! Is that... Who's 6? Is that Cameron Dantzler? Yes, it is! Cameron Dantzler with the interception. I think that was Myles Garrett with the pressure. Right, that was not Chase Young. That's definitely Myles Garrett. Yeah, Chase Young is engaging with a blocker. That was a bad throw. Good play by Cameron Dantzler, but that was a bad throw. He should have probably just thrown it away. I think the Bills are in field goal range, and they have Harrison Butker, who is really good. Oh, God. Why is Why is the corner in the zone? I think that's Jalen Ramsey at least. That's better than Diggs. But why is he in the zone? Just don't throw the ball near him, please. Thanks. IT Thomas is just black Trevor Lawrence. I guess so. Here's Jacobs up the middle. Good run. And we likely are going to have a casualty on the play. St. Louis Dragons legend Isaiah Likely is hurt. Puma Whitlock is in shambles seeing that. Even here, all the Dragons pass catchers get hurt. Why does it have to carry over? There's a good throw, Devontae Adams. With a big play to the 43. Godley looks pretty good. High-scoring affair as it's 0-0. At least one quarterback has looked good. And I guess the other one, other than the interception, looks fine. Can we please block? The fact that he is 5 of 6 and throwing the ball downfield other than that play, the fact that he's done that while having no time to throw it is impressive. And when he does have time to throw it, he's incomplete. Okay, maybe we need pressure. Maybe you shouldn't have cheapened out for the lesser option. Just a thought. Godley, good throw, nice catch. That might not be a first down because of forward progress. Nope. So what do you do on 4th and 1 at the 34? I would probably go for it, but I don't hate kicking. Because at least we'll get points and we'll have the lead. I think we can make it from 51. It's not a gimme. And our kickers do historically struggle in Buffalo. Yeah, just give it to Josh. I don't think we will, though. Oh! We are going to go for it. Good. Give it to Josh. And please, for the love of God, block. Why are we tossing it? Yeah, that play was over. As soon as Josh Jacobs ran sideways, the play was dead. This game never gets old. It never gets old. Why are we running toss plays on 4th down? If you're going to run an outside run, at least do it like that. Don't go full on in with a toss where Jacobs catches the ball 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Hell, Daniel Godley's a big guy. Just push him in. Or give it to the fullback. Let Hunter Long cook. Although I guess Hunter Long's probably lined out at tight end now. Because Isaiah Likely is hurt. Whatever. Thomas is a wide open man. Good throw. Thomas is 6 of 8. Other than the interception, he's looked pretty good. You don't have the O-line capacity to make a tush-push work. Our offensive line is better than you think. It's really not that bad. All things considered. Now, the Bills have Will Anderson, Micah Parsons, and Jalen Carter waiting on the other side. I think that's a very fair counter-argument. But Daniel Godley's like 6'6". He's big. And he's not like skinny. He's not like Puma Whitlock. He's thick. We need the tush push in Madden 35. I think we need it in Madden 25. The Bills have it in the red zone. Can they finally score? Can we tackle him, please? I get it's Jonathan Taylor, but, tackle him? 2nd and 1. They get nothing. Madden 25 was 9 years ago. Well, they need to edit the game and put the tush push in. There's a tackle! Who's 90? Is that one of our defensive tackles? Tershawn Wharton brings him down. I don't even know why he's on the field, really, because we run a 3-4, and he's our 2nd defensive tackle. But good play. I'm not complaining. So they're going to have to kick. Okay, all things considered, that could have gone a lot worse. But it is the Bills who are the first to score here in Season 4. Harrison Butker had the last points of last season, and he has the first points of this season. How ironic. All right, we have 2 drives. We've looked good on both of them, but we have 0 points. I feel like the problem whenever we play the Bills is that our offense looks good, but we don't score. Matt Corral, A+ clipboard holder. But, like, at first when we played the Bills and had good drives and didn't score, I wasn't really worried about it. But since it's a trend, like, we need to score. Good throw. Good start. Here's Deshaun Groves. He actually did a touchback. Shocking. Believe it or not, it's actually better to start at the 25 than at, like, the 17. It doesn't matter if you look good if you score points, silly. Well, as long as we have fun, then who really cares, right? I don't care if we score as long as the guys have fun. As long as we can all eat apples and drink Capri Suns after the game. Like, as long as the guys get to do that, we can lose 40-0. Who cares? We might actually do the nothing part if we don't score, though. Godley actually has some time. Never mind, I lied. He's sacked. Can we block? It's not even like they're star edge rushers who are making plays. It's Lewis Seen and J.C. Horn. Why are you eating apple? He's like 9. He's a degenerate gambler. He deserves it. Ooh, look at this! A first down on 3rd and 16 with a great play after the catch by Hunter Long. Did not see that one coming. Good throw, and an even better play by Hunter Long. Who needs Isaiah Likely anyway? I thought he fumbled the ball. My heart, like, dropped. Thank goodness. Godley is 9 for... Do I need to make another AI photo here? Daniel Godley sits in cockpit of plane in old New York City with Twin Towers, or the World Trade Center in the background, with the towers on fire. That could have been intercepted. That was a bad throw. He was asking for disaster there. That was the paranoid sense of pressure coming out. If Jamison Williams doesn't jump and catch that, that's picked off. I think we've had enough of your images. I've got like 50 stored in the chamber, buddy. So, enjoy them. They're coming. 3rd and 2. What were we trying to do there? Just kick. Just score, please. I'll take the points. I don't trust us to not do something stupid on 4th and short. Did he miss that? I didn't see a change on the scoreboard. I think he missed that. Doug, I swear if you missed it. I think he missed it. Oh my lord, that was wide to the right. What did I say before the beginning of the drive? We consistently move down the field against them, but we don't score. You have to score points to win the game. We've had 3 good drives. We haven't turned the ball over once. It's not like we're having turnovers at the end. I saw an AI. Oh, I saw that too, of Cost with Hitler in the concentration camps. That might be the worst one I've seen. Sack him, Garrett. That works too. I'd prefer a sack, though. Oh, that was 3rd down. Oh, I thought that was 2nd down. Never mind. Daniel Godley is a legit worse Easton Stick. Godley's honestly impressed me. The problem is we can't score points. It's every time we play the Bills. We have good drives and we don't score. At least it's not like the AFC Championship last year where Matt Corral's longest first half pass felt like it was 4 yards. I like that he's been aggressive and it's worked. You can dump it off. It's okay. You should have dumped it off sooner, but it's okay. The Bills start with the ball in the second half, so we have to score, even if it's just a field goal, which I don't even know if I can trust us to make kicks, to be honest. Ain't a good drive if you don't score. I mean, on one hand, yes, but on the other hand, like, the offense is moving it down the field. We're getting yards. Godley is making good throws. But we're not scoring, so we're not completing the goal. 3rd and 3. Hunter Lawn's open. Hunter Lawn was open, buddy. Who's the kicker? Doug Eddard is kicking today. I think it was Octavius, but last time we had like 3 missed kicks against the Bills. Now it's Doug, so it wasn't even a kicker problem. It's a kicking in Buffalo problem, I guess, which is a big problem. We need to know how to kick here. So the Bills get it back. I don't think either of these teams want to score. We've had good drives, but I'm here. How's Godley treating you? The good news is that Daniel Godley looks really good. The bad news is that we're not scoring. Has something to do with the holder, maybe. Yeah, but the holder wasn't holding last year. Last year it would have been probably DJ Uyunglele holding. And now he's the water boy. He went down from clipboard holder to water boy. Bills only have 1 timeout. Hopefully we get some EA Sports clock management. It's a Wild the Game sighting. Hello, the Games. Welcome in. Bills should win this. We're saved. We've done it, boys. We've gotten past the Games curse allegations. Good defense. That was Derwin James. They won a lot of Super Bowls. The Bills have 0 Super Bowls. They lost 4 in a row. The Games is like the Bob Nightingale of OFL. If you know, you know. Good defense again. Patrick Surtain this time. I wish Isaiah Thomas threw a pick there. I wish too. I wish he does every play. Oh, it's the old Isaiah Thomas screen. It's just like we're in Cleveland. So it's going to be 3-0 at halftime, isn't it? Okay. I feel like the offenses haven't even... Oh, they're going to kick. Ooh. Yeah, we can't make kicks from 40, but Harrison Bunker probably can from 60. Didn't they win it? The Bills won the OFL Bowl last year. That's not a Super Bowl. And they also don't have a lot. They would only have 1. Where did Trevor Lawrence go? He's on the Oilers. That kick is no good. Thank the Lord. All right, it's been a weird first half. Daniel Godley looks good. He's been better than Isaiah Thomas. But we're not scoring. Now, luckily, the Bills have had trouble scoring as well. I feel like both teams should run the ball more. Josh Jacobs and Jonathan Taylor are 2 of, at worst, the top 3 running backs in the league. Maybe you put Nick Chubb there with them. How windy is it? I don't even know if it's like wind being the issue. Because every time we kick here, we suck. So I don't even know if it's like a coincidence. I think there's like a reason. Where is Matt Corral? He is holding clipboards on our sideline. He cursed both Niners. Rip. Maybe I shouldn't have traded that pick, should I? Jacobs and Chubb is 1 and 2 in some order. Jonathan Taylor's really good, though. Don't sleep. I think there's an argument for JT at 2. I don't know if I would agree with said argument, but there's definitely an argument, and I think it's valid. If JT's at 2 on your list, I'm not going to call you crazy. The best is Travis Etienne. Definitely. Najee clears. Najee's up there. I don't know if he clears, but he's up there. He clears as a receiving back here. Whether it's with the Commies or with the Vikings, he's a darn good receiving back. Can we cover, please? Let's not leave Jamar Chase wide open. Let's not let Jamar Chase break tackles. Let's not let Jamar Chase bring it to the 3. Let's see if the Bills actually punch it in, though. And it looks like they... Oh, they didn't. Okay. Oh, they actually weren't even close. They got like a yard. 2nd and goal. Jonathan Taylor does not get it. Myles Garrett brings him down. Let's stop him, fellas. This is how you do short yardage situations, though, kids. No tosses to the right side. Man up and punch it in. Even if the Bills don't score a touchdown here, at least they're doing it the right way. At least they're doing it the right way. See? See, this is how you score. This is how you get short yards, by running it up the middle. Okay, now that the Bills have scored a touchdown, now it's time for the Bengals to do the same, right? Right? Colts versus Broncos. Well, the thing with that game is that both QBs were terrible. Isaiah Thomas has been fine. He hasn't been bad. And Daniel Godley's been good. If IT doesn't throw a pick earlier, this could have been a simcast. That's true. But on the flip side, we also had a missed field goal and a missed 4th and 1. So both teams have had chances where they have not capitalized. We've had more that we have not capitalized in. Hopefully this is the drive that we, at least score. Even if it's just a field goal, I just want points. Get the ball to 28. See, when 28 gets the ball, good things happen. Already past the 50. If you told me Josh Jacobs and Daniel Godley have looked this good and we have 0 points, I would say you're lying. But here we are. Jacobs is in the zone. Please utilize him. Or Hunter Long, who apparently has been our best receiver today. I don't know why. Okay, that works. Yeah, week 2 is simcast, week 3 is watch, and week 4 is simcast. The meat riding is crazy. Yeah, but he has not been bad, has he? He's looked pretty good. Bengals touchdown. It's over. Daniel Godley touched down on the ground, maybe, by Micah Parsons. The glorious light sent down from heaven, named Daniel Godley, shall dot up the D, as the cool kids say, and grace us with a touchdown on this drive. Daniel Godley's going to get sacked on 3rd down and 15, now that you said that. Micah's in the zone. I don't like that. Okay, that's cool. 3rd and 10. Can we please block Mr. Parsons? Okay, how did that almost work? We are not making a field goal from 53, so we can just pack it in here. There's no way. Yeah, no. Doink! There's another solid drive that results in a whopping 0. He actually almost made that one, though. To his credit. Jeez, this is brutal. We need some sort of big takeaway. Otherwise, I don't see how we can win. That's definitely not a takeaway. Don't worry, the Bengals will surely score next drive. Yeah, in simcast, maybe. Okay, there's something. Please stop them and do a field goal. I think if they only get 3, we can put ourselves back in by, actually scoring. But if you're not going to tackle, then I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, good pressure. The pass rush has been fine, and has not been as good as Buffalo's. That's for sure. Can't tell if IT's been good or mid. I wouldn't say he's been good, but he's been cool. I don't think this is a bad debut, especially because they're winning. As Calvin Mentor gets the touchdown from Isaiah Thomas, and this game is now going into a simcast. Well, at least the pain ends early, I guess. Let's see if we score. We're actually running the ball. I cannot believe it. Oh my goodness, we might score. We actually scored. We did it, guys. We scored points. Ooh, 4th down conversion. Okay. Another fourth down conversion. I see you, Godley. I see you. And we score again. Okay, so we'll send this drive. If the Bills don't do anything, we will hop back in and watch the Bengals fall flat on their face. Yeah, it's Mahover. Okay, well, at least we did good in this MCAST, I guess. So the Bills win our first game of the year 17-10. I feel like this was a weird game. I feel like every time we play the Bills, it's like we look kind of good, but we didn't score a lot and we lost. At some point, we can't accept that against the Bills. One of the games of all time. Now, I will say, I liked what I saw from Daniel Godley. He looked good in watch, and it seemed like he was doing pretty well in the sim. So I would count this as a win for his future success. And Isaiah Thomas was not too bad in his own right. He was fine as well. Both teams ran the ball well. Problem is we did not run the ball enough. Why was Hunter Long so good? I don't know. But if Isaiah Likely's out for a while, that's going to be nice. What was not nice was our blocking of Micah Parsons. Whereas we only had one sack. They had 1, 2, 3, 5. They had 5 sacks compared to our 1. This was some Chris Collinsworth, Patty Mahomes level glazing. He did play well, though. I'm not, being biased. He looked good. We just didn't score. Partly was because of a couple shortcomings from him, but I feel good about how he played. All right, let's see what happens around the rest of the league here in week numero uno. The Broncos lose to the Nighthawks 23-21 despite a nice little comeback. OKC wins off of a virtue of a safety. Trey Lance actually played kind of well. If you make Trey Lance look good, your defense is cooked. DK played very well. Chargers lose to the Rams. Jesus, that's embarrassing. The Rams are not good. Caleb Sampson finally gets to be the starter. He looked pretty good. The Colts lose to the Oilers. A lot of points. Colts have a new quarterback, Connor Weston Jr., and he was probably a little better than Daniel Godley. Trevor Lawrence, new quarterback of the Oilers, looked very good himself. The Commanders beat the Niners 34-28 in overtime. Good fight from the Niners. Both QBs were pretty good. The Chargers might be good. I don't know. They lost to the Rams. Sam Laporta with a Sam Laporta-esque performance. Minus losing. The Cougars lose to the Cowboys 38-21. Joe Burrow, 4 touchdowns. Wow, Ronnie Goodwin got the ball a lot. Why? Joe Mixon was horrific. Well-known woman respecter Joe Mixon. Dragons legend Joe Mixon. The Ravens throttle the Desperados in Colin's coaching debut. The Colin-Husker rivalry. I didn't even realize they played each other. And Husker gets the significant win here. Justin Fields and Kyler Murray are both okay. The Dreadnoughts get revenge on Seattle. Oh, wait, no. The Dreadnoughts beat Seattle. I'm stupid. Never mind. So both teams who won in their conference championships last year beat the teams who lost. Us and Seattle unable to get revenge. At least Seattle beat the Dreadnoughts in the regular season last year. We can't say the same about us in Buffalo. Fields went down to the bridge QB tag. RIP. The Eagles beat the Steelers. Thank you, Philly. I appreciate it. Hayden Callaway was solid. He got sacked 6 times, though. Rashad Bateman, who dey, Bengal legend. 3 sacks from Kenny Clark. It might not get easier for Hayden Callaway. 2 of his next 3 games are against the mighty Bengal pass rush. The Explorers beat the Monarchs. This makes me sad. My Explorers pick is not off to a great start. The Geagles beat the Panthers 35-30. Welcome to Mexico, Dak Prescott. Bailey Gabriel played very well, too. The Jets beat New England, another overtime game. A lot of points in the 4th. Welcome to New York, Desmond Ridder. He had himself a day. Josh Allen good as well. So the Jets and the Niners both look pretty solid in their opening games, both going into overtime. The Jets get the win, the Niners don't, but it does look like both of those teams might be kind of good. The Vikings beat Detroit. How many overtimes are we going to have? Whoa, hello. Coleridge, Bernard, Stroud, the 4th with 4 touchdowns. 400-yard receivers. Minnesota had 3 of them. Orbits beat the Snowhawks 38-24. The Milf Hunter and Drake May were both fairly good. Javonte Williams played very well. The Steamers beat the Raiders by 3. How did the first game of the Cocky Butt Cannon experience go? Not great. He did complete 70% of his passes, though. So I guess it could have been worse. All right, who else have we not gone over? I think that's just... Oh, we have not done the Texans and the Titans, have we? Ooh, the Titans get the win over Houston. 35 points in the first half. Both QBs were great. Justin Herbert, who's not all that good in Madden Sim, was really good, as was Lamar Jackson. Sean Tucker, not pleased. Zach Lawler and Chris Godwin were both playing out of their minds. And then defensively, Quinnen Williams had 3 sacks. Gary and Zerberg only had half each, though. And that's everyone. Only teams who lost are, like, cool. If you won, then you're, like, a loser. Players of the Week, CJ Stroud, Justin Herbert, Jordan Whitehead, Dragon Legend, and Travius Hodges Tomlinson. Let's take our long look at the standings. Here are the not cool teams. Boo. Here are the cool teams. Yay. All right, on to week 2. Teams who won are losers. Yeah. Did I stutter? All right, we're going to have to go back to the random number generator here for our week 2 simcast between Seattle and the Eagles. And it lands on the home team. That's the Eagles. Since it's simcast, we won't worry about jerseys. That might have been the least enthusiastic yay I've ever heard. What's there to smile about? My team's 0-1. Speaking of 0-1 teams, the Seahawks, who were the number 1 seed in the NFC last year, are they're 0-1 too. So they could really use a win. If the Eagles get a win here, that'd be a big statement against a great team on primetime. Is there a chance I could be making the playoffs? There is a mathematical chance, yes. You're a Lions fan. You've been here before. What, at the bottom? Oh my, this is not pretty. Seattle knew they needed to win, and they are winning. Oh my lord. Okay, so Seattle losing week 1 was just a fluke. No worries. They win 44-10. Ugh. Ugly. I will never want to watch a game, even when it's not watched. All we have to do is click into the game, and it's an automatic Eagles loss. One and 0 teams are unbeaten this year. Not the Eagles. They're not unbeaten. Patrick Mahomes was good. Bryce Young, 2 straight weeks of being not overly accurate. Amari Cooper leads the way for the Seattle receiving corps. All right, let's simulate week 2. If we go 0-2, then I might cry. Steelers are not a bad team at all, so it's not going to be easy. I'm going to speak it into existence. The 1-1 teams are cool, like Seattle, like Philly, like hopefully a team who resides in Cincinnati, Ohio. All right, week 2. The Explorers are 2-0. Man, maybe I really should not have traded for that pick, should I? Womp womp. Travis Flight was good. Kyler Murray appears to have gotten hurt. Bradley Chubb, 3.5 sacks in the loss. The Cowboys beat the Niners. The Niners are 0-2, but this was kind of to be expected. Their schedule starts off at least hard these first 2 weeks, but after that it gets easy. Then it gets hard again. And then it gets easy again. This is not a hard schedule. Seattle twice, the Eagles. I don't know if there's, the Jets look good. I don't know if there's anybody else here who scares me. So I would not panic if I was the Niners. Joe Burrow was good. Justin Pope was not. Okay, maybe this is something you might worry about. Ugh. Danny versus Cocky. That might be the game of the year. Dylan Palmer allowed 3 sacks. Who had a big day? TJ Watt. I forgot they had Aaron Donald, too. Jesus Christ, they have both of them. The Geagles lose to the Dreadnoughts. Good. The Dreadnoughts appear to be back in business. They're 2-0. Jalen Hurts won the MVP, I think, twice in our preseason sims, and so far he's off to a pretty good start, as has Dak Prescott. Daniil Hunter, 3 sacks, 2 for Jonathan Grenard. The Jets lose to the Lions. Is it time to maybe slow down the hype train just a little? Desmond Ridder was really good again, though. Caleb Williams was fine. Reginald Bayless, the Onion, he had himself a pretty good game, despite losing. The Lions won. The Monarchs lose to the Vikings. 2 down, 15 to go. Will they go 0-17? CJ Stroud has been like the best player in the league so far. Why is this like too realistic? As number 21, Phil Chippendale gets the loss. Burrow might lead the league in touchdown passes. Has Burrow heard of Coleridge Bernard Stroud IV? The Nighthawks are 2-0. 2 unconvincing wins, but 2 wins. Win is a win. You'll never complain. Steven Universe and Jacoby Brissett were both pretty good. Joe Mixon actually looked like a competent running back this week. The Oilers get throttled by the Titans. Tennessee is going to be good again, clearly. Justin Herbert's gotten off to a really good start. The Orbits lose to New England. A wake-up game for Orlando. New England outscores them 21-0 in the 4th. Josh Allen plays well. Drake May was So every team in the AFC East is 1-1 other than Buffalo, and we have not seen their game yet. Being the Bills, you'd think they would win, but who knows. Panthers lose to the Ravens. Why are the Ravens 2-0? And they actually have 2 semi-strong wins. Not that the Panthers and Desperados are like all that good, but the Ravens won both games fairly convincingly. Is Godwin supposed to be on the Titans? Yes, he was off limits because of an issue with the Titans, but he had re-signed there. So that's where he belonged. That's why he was off limits. New England won. The Raiders beat the Broncos. So Denver's 0-2, but the Raiders are 1-1. Cocky Butt Cannon played pretty well. Trey Lance looked a lot more like Trey Lance. Why am I getting nervous about our game? We should win, but like, I thought no, he hasn't been on the Dreadnoughts in a little while. I think. What was the order of Godwin's teams? The Explorers, the Cowboys, then us, then the Dreadnoughts, and then the Titans. I think. Jeez, he's been traded like a bazillion times. Why are the Rams 2-0? This is more wins than they had in one of the preseason sims, and we are in week 3. Caleb Sampson has gotten off to a great start, while the MILF Hunter was not so good. Brian Neal doing Brian Neal things. The Ravens won. Seattle won. Snowhawks lost. Oh! Yikes! 45-0. So just like Seattle, the Texans, who are another great team, they were not messing around. So this must be a good sign for us then, right? Lamar Jackson was very good. Tua Tagovailoa was very not good. Sean Tucker, pleased with his performance. There's a lot of 1-1 teams. Damn. Can we join the club? This was so predictable. I saw this coming from a mile away. I'm not surprised at all. Oh, God. We're not even going to talk about that. No. No. Just not going to mention it. Nope. Eek. All right. Let's move on. Who have we not seen yet? The Bills beat the Chargers, so every really good team is winning. I can't say the same about one other, but yeah, at least we have our pick, I guess. Draylon Diggs with a pick, at least surprising stat of the day. The Colts lose to the Commies. You didn't see my score. Go back. We showed it like 3 minutes ago, but you guys did not win. You guys are in the cool kids 0-2 club. There's not a lot of us, but we all are not pleased. And I think that is everyone. All right. What a great first 2 weeks of the year, guys. As for your players of the week, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Adoree Jackson, and Trayvon Diggs. Standings. How many 2-0 teams do we have? The Titans, the Dreadnoughts, the Vikings, the Cowboys, the Bills, the Explorers, the Commies, the Nighthawks, the Ravens, and the Rams. The Ravens have allowed 27 points, and the Rams have allowed 35. I think I'm the best 0-2 team. Okay, let's slow down. I get we don't look good, but let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Oh, they put us at number 32 also, just to add salt to the wound. 24 points. My lord. All right, let's go into week 3. So, we have got the Cowboys and the Texans, the Battle of Texas, although there's like 3 other Texas teams, but that's besides the point. Bro is getting the number 1 pick again. I'm happy I held on to my draft pick, clearly. All right, the I cannot speak. The random number generator lands on 2, and the Texans are home. Does anyone have a good corner? I have like 4. I'm not willing to trade them, but I have them. Bengals got a generational talent at quarterback. Generationally bad. It's only 1 week. I'm not going to overreact. But, not ideal. I'll give you that. Why is Little Jaw getting those? The Jets are, like, unironically maybe kind of good now. Maybe. Normal whites. Okay, easy enough. Can I have one in the corners? No. Just because I'm 0-2 does not mean I'm tanking. I am riding with this team until the wheels fall off. I probably can't trade any of them anyway because I'm, like, broke. Jaw's not 2-0. He is 1-1. But Drake May looks kind of good. Okay, red helmet. Can I have Myles Garrett? You can have everyone. Red jersey. Blue pants. Red socks and shoes. Perfect. Did I say Drake May? I meant Desmond Ridder, obviously. All right, on to Week 3, Monday Night Football between the 2-0 Dallas Cowboys and the 1-1 Houston Texans. EA Sports appears to be pretty high on these two teams. In 2 out of 3 preseason sims, this was the OFL Bowl, which they each ended up winning 1. And now we'll see how they look against each other in a watched regular season game here in Houston. Corey Foreman was on the screen. Bengal legend, today. Corey Foreman has more wins than the 53 players on our roster combined. Did I make the playoffs in any of the sims? I know you won the division in one of them. I think that was the only playoff appearance. You might have made it one other time as a wild card, maybe. So here are the Texans. Lamar Jackson leading the way. Their first game, they did not look so good. The second game, they did look good. I feel like there's a lot of quarterbacks who have not thrown any interceptions this year. If your quarterback has not thrown an interception this year, that means your QB is not willing to take risks and is uncool. Lamar downfield on the first play of the game. What a catch! Oh my goodness. Is that Zach Lawler? It is. What a grab. Woo! Gain of 35 to get the game rolling. Sean Tucker, pleased with his first carry of the game. He gets 6. Tucker's coming off a strong game last week because he's him. Another solid run from Mr. Tucker. Do they give him the ball again on third down? I feel like they should. Dallas does have a strong run defense, though. Oh, it's a toss. All right, play's over. Never mind. Sean Tucker's... Oh, he didn't get it. He did get positive yardage, though, if nothing else. All right, so I'm going to assume they're going to go for it? Don't kick. What the hell, EA? Why are you kicking? It is 4th and inches. And you have Sean Tucker on your roster, and you're kicking. This game annoys me. Wow, he is big. EA Sucks is big. EA literally sucks by bringing EA Sucks onto the field. Isn't it ironic? The Texans do score, though. Not a bad drive. They got points. Glad they fixed this for 24. Have they fixed the halfback tosses by chance? So here's the Dallas offense. They've got some good players. Joe Burrow, Nick Chubb in particular. The Cowboys are 2-0. They've picked up right where they've left off from the last couple of years. Watched is 3 times better. I like the sound of that. Did we win? You guys did win. You guys are 2-0 so far. There's a nice first down up the middle. Greg Dulcich to the 48 for a gain of 18. Joe Burrow in watch games is certainly an experience. There's some good. There's definitely some bad. Nick Chubb in watch games is not so much an experience, but more so defensive players getting mauled to the ground. Second and 9, Burrow downfield is Greg Dulcich wide open. And Dulcich gets it to the 13. Greg Dulcich in watch is a monster. I do not know why he is so good, but it feels like every time we watch the Cowboys, Dulcich gets like 8 catches. He's almost as good as Hunter Long. Nick Chubb to the outside. Gets it to the 2. I just make good tight ends. Clearly, Greg Dulcich is like oftentimes the best receiver on the team. Nick Chubb has a large Chubb right now because the Cowboys are winning. Mr. Chubb with a 2-yard score, and it is 7-3. Holding. I saw it. It's over. Nick is rigging the game by not having them call penalties. Who would have thought? EA used to hate them, and now they're working together. Tommy Tremble in OFL 20. Tommy Tremble last year was a monster. Evan Engram in 21. Now, yeah, I do remember him being kind of good in Toronto. So here returns the Texans offense. Their first drive was a quickie, but a goodie. Now, they only scored a field goal because EA does not have balls. But they did have at least one nice play. Really only one, but one's more than none. And there's not a bad start. Ben Mixon to the 33. Can we live cover? I don't know. Can you cover the spread? Who's favorite? Who's favorite? That's not correct English, but we'll roll with it. Lamar Jackson is already in the zone. And he probably will not be for much longer. He's picked off. Is that Donovan Wilson? Oh, that's Sauce. Sauce Gardner picks it off. Feels like we're going to end this stream 1-3. Honestly, if we end 1-3, I'd honestly be satisfied at this point. Donovan Wilson is gone. Okay. Yeah, because you guys have Duggar now. That's right. I forgot. Nick Chubb breaks the tackle. Chubb again to the 33. If you end 1-3, I hope you win this week. That would be nice against a good team like the Commanders. Here's Nick Chubb. Big run to the 18. Nick Chubb is quite rude to opposing defensive players. Not the guy you necessarily want to meet in the open field. If the Steelers can beat the Bengals, we can too. You sure can after how we played last week. It does feel like we lose to the Steelers at least once every year. Hopefully not twice this year, but I'm not counting anything out. 2nd and 4. Dallas gets it to the 5. Can the Cowboys give themselves a nice, comfy lead after the first quarter? Okay, maybe not after the first quarter, but maybe it'll be early second. The Texans started off hot within the first minute, but ever since then, Dallas looks good. They lead 7-3. Elite run blocking, top-notch stuff. Oh my gosh, it's a toss. And who would have thunk it? Chubb lost 2. Shocking, I know. It's Devin White, Dragons legend, who brings him down. And so that'll make it a 3rd and goal. And they don't get it. So the Texans get a big stop here. They needed to not let Dallas get it in the end zone. Keep it a one-score game. So all things considered, that could have been a lot worse. Can't wait for tosses to work next OFL. If only they worked this year, maybe the Bengals would have only lost 13-17 in week 1. Let's see what the Texans can do back with the ball. Their first drive was good. Their second drive, not so much. Would be nice if Burrow was physically capable of throwing past the sticks. He's 6 for 6 with 84 yards, I think. Oh, look at Sean Tucker! First play of the drive is going to be the only play. Sean Tucker is pleased to tie the game. A 79-yard touchdown from the man, the myth, the legend, Sean Tucker. He is pleased to be in the end zone. He was literally untouched the entire play. He finds a hole on the right side of the offensive line, and then he is gone. Common Sean Tucker masterclass. And now we've got ourselves a ball game again. I did not put all those assets into the defensive line for that to happen. If it makes you feel better, it's Sean Tucker. If it was any other running back, that doesn't happen, but he's him. So, yeah, that's part of playing against Sean Tucker. Top 10 Sean of all time. Who's higher than him? Whose name is Sean? That run has him surpassing Sean Taylor. And I'm not talking about his teammate, Sean Taylor. Does it count if they have Sean in their name? Like Deshaun Jackson or LaShawn McCoy? Does that count? What about Deshaun Groves? Yeah, no, who are we kidding? Sean Tucker clears him. Good throw by Burrow over to Mike Evans. There's a quick response. No reason for them to have that wide open in the gap. Yeah, but the Texans have like the greatest offensive line like in OFL history, so that'll happen. How do you tweet? That's a great question. How do you tweet, kids? Here's a nice play to the 12. Curtis Samuel. This Dallas offense looks pretty good. The Joe Burrow experience has been very positive so far. Will it stay positive? I don't know. But so far, he's looked really good. And right as I say that, he almost threw a pick six. But to look this good against the Texans pass rush, that's got to mean something. Because the Texans, obviously, they've got some good players on this side of the ball. Including Quentin Williams, who got a hand on that screen. If only the Steelers had taken Joe Burrow in the first round of the fantasy. Oh, wait. Wait a second. Nick Chubb does not get it. The Texans with another stop in the red zone. There's Sean Taylor. Speak of the devil. You are ruining this drive. I mean, the Texans losing is probably better for us, but it's also funny jinxing the Cowboys. So, like, yeah. Oh, you're actually being serious. Go into Twitter, click the blue plus button, and then there you go. I assumed it was a joke at first. Octi made Burrow go 1 for 3 with no yards on 3 plays. I should jinx more. I should jinx Mac Jones and Hayden Callaway next. For my next act, those two guys forget how to throw the ball. And it might not matter if our offense is going to score 12 points a game. Anyway, Lamar with a good throw under pressure. The receiver was trying to go backwards. He was trying to reverse the first down, but luckily for him, he was tackled before he could do that. Second and 7. Here's Christian Watson. Here's a nice little something. Oh, he didn't get... How did he not get it? Is it just me, or is the line of scrimmage past the first down marker on the screen? Okay, he got it. But, like, Did Christian Watson not very clearly get that first down? And then did you guys see the blue line slightly ahead of the yellow line? The line of scrimmage was past the first down line. I mean, again, it doesn't matter, but still. If you start 0-3, what will you do? Nothing. There's really no move that we can make that fixes things. I've kind of put myself in a position where we have to live and die with the team that we have. So, it's this or nothing. Here's George Kittle. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. Yellow lines lie. Yeah, but I feel like on Madden, where it's like a video game, they should like code it to where it doesn't lie. So why would the blue line be ahead? Good throw. I don't think he was in bounds, though. Nope. So the Cowboys get the stop. They've got 3 timeouts. And they have a 2-for-1. They get the ball here, and they get the ball to start the second half. That was dangerous. It worked, and great play by Mike Evans after he got the ball. But that was dangerous. We can cuss. Oh, does the YouTube chat actually let you do that now? Why is the YouTube chat inconsistent with that? That don't ever make sense. Penei Sewell is hurt. That is not insignificant. And he's going to the locker room. Oh dear, that's not good. We could then do that. But yeah, but sometimes it like doesn't, the message doesn't show. Jeez, this coverage has not been very good. Curtis Samuel was wide open. I'm surprised he didn't turn on the Jets because he's obviously quite fast. It looks like Burrow is in the zone. Cowboys call a timeout with a minute left. Who knew the Titans playbook would unlock Joe Burrow's potential? Known passing playbook, Tennessee Titans. Their playbook, I feel like a few years ago, was really good for passing, though. I don't know why. I feel like theirs was one of them, as it's a DPI on Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. But wasn't the Titans pass rush, wasn't their playbook a few years ago like very pass-friendly? And this is when they had like Derrick Henry, Tannehill, and Mike Vrabel. It's not like when their roster was different. Maybe it was because they had Arthur Smith as the offensive coordinator then, I guess. But it's not like Atlanta's playbook is like magically great. Mike Evans with the touchdown. Dallas is up by 2 scores. Mike Evans has been unreal in this first half, as has Joe Burrow. Those two both look really good. And now the Texans need to respond. Down by 10. They don't start with the ball in the third quarter. Sean Tucker gets the ball. He does nothing with it, though. Zakai Ross is... No, you know what Zakai Ross is doing? He's on the sidelines tweeting. Good catch. That was a nice hit, but he was able to hold on to the ball. Here's George Kittle with a first down. He goes down quickly. And the Texans use their last timeout. I feel like the strategy should be either... I don't think it'll be the worst idea to just try to get a first down up the middle because I think they have enough time to spike it and kick. Field goal makes it a one-score game. I don't think that'd be a horrible result. I don't know if that... I mean, you could argue that should have been a pass interference. I don't think the ball was catchable, though. There's Christian Watson. Yeah, that's not going to be enough time. There's a difference between having 20 seconds and having, 12. Jack Conklin is not black. He is not black. He might be hurt, though. I mean, I guess that would be the rationale as to why... Unless he's changed his skin color. That's possible. And there's your Week 3 schedule. Woohoo. Alrighty, let's see if Dallas can get some more points. They're up 20-10. The Cowboys look really good. And they've played against some tough teams so far. The Cowboys look... I mean, obviously, they were expected to be good. But compared to some of the other really good teams, they look better. Yeah, Jack Conklin is doing his Michael Jackson stuff. Apparently. Mr. Burrow is still in the zone. Nick Chubb might be after this run. He breaks the tackle from Tre'Davious White, and he gets it to the 40. I did not think we would see 2 simcasts in the 2 watch games today, but it is certainly possible. Burrow and Chubb are both in the zone now. Uh-oh. I feel like they should just let Nick Chubb cook. He has 69 yards. Nice. We really got to have 4 simcasts in this stream. We might, unless the Texans offense makes a play. Or Joe Burrow just misses throws. That works too. So now it is a 3rd and 6. And he caught it! Is that Zakai Ross? That's not. I don't think that's Zakai Ross. That does not look like him. That's Jonathan Mingo, who makes an incredible grab for the first down. Nice catch. Zakai Ross must be hurt then if Jonathan Mingo is in the game. Unless that was a 4-receiver set, which I didn't really get a good look. Chubb might be out of the zone now. Yep. After losing 2, he is out of the zone. Burrow still is, though. But Nick Chubb's time in the zone does not last overly long. Is that the rookie? Matthias Zerberg with the initial hit, and then Rashawn Gary finishes him off. Half a sack each. Why is Matthias Zerberg so good? Isn't he an 80 overall? Why is he magically this good? 3rd and 17. He's in bounds, I think. That's a first down. 1st and goal for Curtis Samuel. The Texans' back-end coverage, 20 yards downfield, has been abysmal the entire game. Curtis Samuel and Mike Evans are cooking. Curtis Samuel, legacy game. Curtis Samuel's built different, clearly. Dallas is trying some outside runs, and, on first down, it shockingly didn't work because they tossed it. 2nd and goal, they get a little bit more lucky. And so now it's a 3rd and goal at the 1. And Rashawn Gary says, hello, you're not getting in, buddy. 4th and goal at the 2. Field goal keeps it as a 2-score game. I feel like the correct choice here is to go for it. They are going to go for it. This is the right call. If you were up by 7, I would get kicking. But in this situation, when you're up by 10, you got to go for it. And Nick Chubb, he is in for a touchdown. And the Dallas Cowboys lead it by 3 scores. So that means it is Simcast time. Are we going to have an NFC Championship Simcast from the Cowboys? Texans offense starting off strong. They only get a field goal, though. Dallas does nothing. Is the Cowboys going to choke this again? No, I think the Texans just turned it over. That's not helpful for their case. Although their offense has done nothing since we've gone into Simcast. Houston with a 4th down conversion. Houston with another 4th down conversion. They actually got a touchdown. Oh, boy. It appears we might have a ball game. Or maybe not. Houston's about to run out of timeout. 2nd and 8. Goodwin gets 5. 3rd and 3. Ooh, he doesn't get it. Let's see what they do on 4th and 1. They have to kick, right? Yeah. They'd be stupid not to. It's a 2-score game, so we'll keep simming, because it does not look like the Texans can win, and they will not. The Dallas Cowboys get the job done 30-20. The Cowboys are now 3-0 on the year. Joe Burrow had one of his better watch games I've really ever seen from him with the Cowboys. Whereas the Texans are now 1-2. Two of the best teams in the AFC, Houston and Cincinnati, each have 2 losses, including a watched game. The question is, will the Bengals stay at 2 losses? Or they will do even worse. Lamar Jackson with another interception during the simcast, while Joe Burrow, it looks like he didn't even play that well once we started simming. He was better when we watched the game. Nick Chubb was really good. Sean Tucker, why did he get the ball 8 times? Christian Watson played really well, it looks like, in the simcast. Mike Evans was great during the actual game, as was Curtis Samuel. Zach Lawler had some nice plays as well. Only 1 sack for Houston, and Dallas only had 2. All right, it is simcast. I am ready for pain as well. 0-3 never looked so good, did it? Let's get this. Is it an upset at this point? Maybe a little bit, but like, it wouldn't be that drastic of an upset with how we're playing. All right, let's see what happens here in week numero tres. Oh, we're one of the first games too. Whoop-de-doo. The Titans are 3-0. Now, they only beat the Colts in overtime. They've won 3 division games, though. And they are all on the road. Impressive. Even beating the Colts in overtime isn't like that impressive. But 3 road division wins to start the year, that's pretty good. What's also pretty good is C.J. Stroud and the Minnesota Vikings. They've beaten Detroit twice. C.J. Stroud has been like the MVP of the league so far. Why is Deshaun Watson here? It's because they only had 1 QB. Guess Deshaun Watson's a Minnesota Viking. Wasn't he there before? I feel like the Nighthawks and the Vikings have traded quarterbacks like 6 times. All right, I kind of already know how we did because I've seen some reactions. Thank God. We didn't even throw the ball that much. Daniel Godley wasn't bad, but he wasn't good. Mac Jones was honestly better. It looks like the reason why we not even the run game. Josh Jacobs was like fine. I like that we gave him the ball a lot. And the defense allowed 30 points. We only had 2 sacks. I don't really see anything statistically that pops out as like, wow, that's really good. At least we won, though. The Bills beat New England. They are 3-0. Isaiah Thomas is off to a good start in his Bills career. Josh Allen looking good, too. Jonathan Taylor played out of his mind. Devin Wilcox, the rookie, have yourself a game. Will Anderson with 3 sacks. The Broncos beat the Chargers, who I believe are 0-3. I should have tried to get that pick from Kevin. If he still has it. I don't even know if he does. Typical Najee Harris performance in the passing game, leading all the receivers. Who would have guessed? Have the Colts played all their division teams? Oh, they haven't played Houston. That's a lot of points. 52 for the Cougars, who get their first win of the year. Steven Universe played well. Trevor Lawrence did not play well. Is this divisional round, Trevor Lawrence? Joe Mixon scores 4 times. That's a lot. Somebody there at 3. Mike Williams. So Mike Williams and Joe Mixon combined for 7 touchdowns. Those are the only 2 guys who scored for them. Dallas won. The Desperados lose to the Steelers. I was about to say they lost to all 3 AFC North teams other than us, but I don't think they've played the Steamers. Hayden Callaway was good. Kyler Murray was fine. How did SG win an OFL Bowl with him? That's a great question. For one thing, the rest of their roster is like absurd. And second of all, Trevor Lawrence was pretty good in that game. T-Law and Madden is a system quarterback. I don't even know if he's a system quarterback. He's just a quarterback. I mean, the Bills are as good of a system as you can get, and even there he was mid. The Dreadnoughts beat the Steamers, so the Steamers have lost 2 in a row, albeit to 2 really good teams. While the Dreadnoughts are 3-0. So it seems like the Dreadnoughts, the Cowboys, and the Bills are all back, while us, the Texans, and Seattle are taking a little bit longer to ease into things. The Eagles beat the Rams, 31-21. I'm ready for the Bills-Cowboys OFL Bowl. The Dreadnoughts look great. Don't sleep. Pack it in, guys. It's between us. You got to get by San Antonio first. They're back. But a Bills-Cowboys game would be really fun, minus the fact that, like, I don't really want either of those coaches to win again, so maybe not. The Explorers lose to the Jets. Thank you, Little Jai. I appreciate it. This helps out my pick. Thank you. Desmond Ridder has looked awesome so far. Travis Flight played good, too. So both of these teams are now 2-1. They've both looked pretty good so far this year. Better than us. The Niners win. They beat the Snowhawks only by 4, but a win's a win. Justin Pope, after looking horrible last week, throws 5 touchdowns today. Has Hayden Callaway been sacked 11 times? I know he had like 6 the one game. Was that him who got against, I think, the Eagles? I don't remember how he did against us. Or last week. Last week is in week 3. But I know he got sacked a lot against the Eagles. The Geagles beat the Ravens. Good. I didn't want the Ravens starting 3-0. So that would be 12. Jeez. Lamar Jackson doesn't even get sacked like 12 times this season. The Monarchs are 0-3. They might actually go 0-17, like in the preseason sim. Bailey Gabriel was not great, but it could be worse. He could be Phil Chippendale, who looks nothing like his OFL 21 counterpart. And then Drake Greenlaw, 2 picks and a loss. Who's the Monarchs coach? Their coach is Denmark. The Seahawks beat the Nighthawks in round 1, and they play again in week 5. I kind of want to watch that. The Nighthawks appear to be pretty good. They're probably going to be 3-1. If they lose this game, then maybe we don't watch it because losing to the Monarchs would be kind of embarrassing. But OKC with another safety. They had one in week 1 too. Jacoby Brissett was arguably better than Patrick Mahomes. Actually, now that I think about it, do we really want to watch Jacoby Brissett? I think I might change my mind. If Frank loses to the Monarchs, that would be hilarious. The Orbits lose to the Raiders. Cocky butt cannon. Let's ride. He was pretty good. Drake May was also fine. Travion Henderson scored 3 times. Michael Gallup, Dragon Legend, have yourself a day. Brian O'Neill did not have himself a day. He got cooked. So we had quite a few winless teams lose, and quite a few lossless teams. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. We had quite a few winless teams win, and quite a few lossless teams lose. Yes, that's correct. Players of the week. Justin Pope. What? Hold on. How did he win it after completing less than 50% of his passes? I mean, I guess 362 yards and 5 touchdowns will do that to you, but I don't think I've ever seen a player win Player of the Week and throw for under 50%. He's joined by Desmond Ridder, Drake Greenlaw, and Tremaine Edmonds. Trevor, how did he do? He started off good, and then in week 3 he threw 4 picks. So not as good. All right, we went from 10 undefeated teams down to 5, and it's more so the teams you would expect. The Cowboys, the Dreadnoughts, the Bills, the Titans, and the Vikings. CJ Stroud looks pretty good. We also had quite a few teams who had not won yet win, including the Bengals. How many winless teams do we have? We have the Desperados, the Colts, the Monarchs, the Chargers, and the Snowhawks. None of these are like that surprising. Maybe the Chargers a little bit, but like not like that crazy to think about. The Colts have scored 90 points, yet they're 0-3. They are the St. Louis Dragons of the OFL. All right, on to week 4. The battle we've all been waiting for. Desmond Ridder and the New York Jets against Cocky Butt Cannon and the Las Vegas Raiders. Both teams look pretty good. They're each 2-1. Their quarterbacks look pretty solid. Desmond Ridder in particular. So who will go up to 3-1? The Raiders are home, I think, and it lands on 2. So they'll be the user. Battle of mid. They've both been better than mid so far. I have the same record as the Niners. It's Mahover. Everyone who's 1-2 is like that. That's the cool kids club. Danny's in the cool kids club. Oh, the Jets are at home. Oh, I can't read. You put the Raiders second on the poll. That's probably why I got confused. Let's go Raiders because Little Jaw apparently is a wild card threat. I mean, the Raiders look like a threat. I mean, technically, no, they're not really a threat for the wild card because the other 3 teams in their division suck. So they might just win the division by default. So yeah, I guess wild card teams, you probably should root for the Raiders. Normally, I'm not lumped in with that group, but for right now, I kind of am. Although I am kind of enjoying seeing the Jets' renaissance. I wouldn't mind seeing them win. Our first Simcast game was a blowout. Cocky in the postseason would be an experience. It sure would. No offense so far. Jets lead 9-0, a lot of field goals. Raiders with a touchdown. Jets are scoring a lot of field goals. The Raiders are winning. We're going to go slower. Do the Jets punch it in? 3rd and goal. They do. Chuba Hubbard. And they get the 2. We're going to watch. It's a 7-point game with 3:35 to go. I don't know about you guys, but I am ready for the Cocky Butt Cannon watch game experience. This is either going to go really well or really horrible, and there's no in between. And he's wearing 32. Okay, there's a good start. As long as he doesn't throw the ball between 10 and 20 yards, he'll probably be fine. He's better off throwing 50 yards into double coverage than throwing it like a 12-yard out. Cocky's going to run with it. Oh, man, I wanted to see him try to truck the defensive player. That would have been funny. 3rd and 2. Here's Mr. Butt Cannon. Oh, my goodness. He just completed an intermediate pass. And that throw was on the money, too. That was good coverage. Michael Gallup was blanketed. But the throw was perfect, and Gallup does a good job of catching it as well. But this Cocky Butt Cannon experience has not gotten off to a bad start so far. He's 2 for 2, including a pass directly in the intermediate area of the field. In coverage, no less. Another completion for Mr. Butt Cannon, and it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Jets. I think that's Siaki Ika, who recovers it. Cocky game-winning drive will feed families. Well, you ain't getting it. It's not happening. Because the running back, I assume that would be Travion Henderson. Does Travion Henderson have a dev? Because that guy did not have Superstar, who fumbled it. I feel like Travion Henderson has Superstar. So that might not have been him. This is why QB wins are not a stat. Game ain't over. If the Jets get a first down, though, it's close to over. And they do get it. Breece Hall powering forward. They are kind of in field goal range now. Oh, they're at the 40 still. Maybe not. But regardless, it's looking quite good for the New York Jets. Jets. Oh, that's Chuba. So Breece Hall must be hurt. I thought that looked like Breece Hall's like equipment in game, and he's wearing 20. Huh. Oh well. I guess Breece Hall's hurt because I know Chuba had the 2 goal line carries on the last drive. And there's your ball game. Good run too. Oh, that is Breece Hall. Okay. He's not hurt. He's fine. The New York Jets are going to get the win. Don't look now, but the Jets are 3-1. I remember you guys were laughing when Little John and Danny were slated to play on Thanksgiving. You guys laughed at them. I totally am not guilty of this too. No, definitely not. But now that might unironically be kind of a good game. Because both of those teams, even though the Niners only have one win, but both of those teams look good. And the Jets are not just looking good, but they're winning games. The New York Jets are 3-1. They're here. They've arrived. Desmond Ridder throws his first interception of the year. He probably played his worst game, and they still won. Cocky Butt Cannon went to Azusa Pacific. Did not know that. Who had the fumble? Oh, it was Travion Henderson. Okay. Travion Henderson ruined the legacy game. Why did Chuba get the ball 12 times? Cooper Kupp plays well. Any notable defensive performers? Henderson off the team now. I'm afraid he needs to be ambushed to Cincinnati, where he can be the second or third stringer, because we have Frank Gore Jr. All right, it's sim time. Bengals, for the love of God, do not start 1-3. I can live with 2-2. Especially in a questionable division, I can absolutely live with 2-2. The Lions beat the Eagles, so the Lions seem to be pretty good when they're not playing the Vikings. As they win in overtime. Caleb Williams, 3 scores. Cut loose, footloose. With a good performance. David O. Ja. Bo. With 2 sacks. The Monarchs won. Oh my lord. The Nighthawks lost to the Monarchs. Yikes! Known sim merchant Jacoby Brissett might have lost to the worst team in sim. I don't know what's more embarrassing, the fact that Frank lost this game, or the fact that he made Phil Chippendale, who's been awful this year, look really good. This is like player of the week type numbers. And he's been awful so far. Yeah, for everyone who thought the Nighthawks might be turning a corner, let's maybe slow down. They beat the Broncos and the Cougars by 5 combined. Whoop-de-doo. The Oilers beat the Texans. Houston back on track with a big win. Both QBs played pretty well. So the Texans are 2-2. Not a perfect start for them. But it could be worse. You could be the Nighthawks and have lost to the London Monarchs. The Orbits have lost 3 in a row. They lose to the Bills. They kept it close, though. Give them credit. It looks like they had the lead going into the fourth quarter and they choked it. Drake May played really well. Trevor Lawrence did not throw 4 interceptions. That's a win. They stopped Jonathan Taylor. Cookie Carlisle scored 3 times, though. Oilers beat the Texans. Houston back on track with a big win. I guess that could have been possible. The Panthers beat the Desperados 39-36. I think the Rados, I want to say, are 0-4. Yeah, Colin's got a lot of work with that roster. That team is not good. And obviously not to his fault, because, well, he just got the job. But yeah, they are not good. Trey Lacey can play, though. He looks to be pretty good. Now I gotta use light mode. Oh, what did you do? What bet did you lose? New England with a goose egg on Thursday Night Football against the Broncos. Least awful Thursday Night Football game. 27 rushing yards. Trey Lance was fine. He was better than Josh Allen. You got that. Yeah, I guess that's what happens when you give running backs 0 carries, because Laviska Shenault isn't technically a running back. Ouch. New England's 1-3. The AFC East is seriously going to be between the Bills and the Jets. That's funny. I would love to see the Jets win the division. That would be beautiful. The Rams, it looks like they took it to overtime. Give them credit. Seattle gets the win here. Seattle, did they win in week 3? I think they did. They're now 3-1. So they lost week 1 to a really good team, and now they're back in business. Although having the Rams in overtime is a little bit concerning, but the Rams appear to be overperforming so far. They might not be half bad. The Ravens beat the Titans. Ooh, nice win for Baltimore. The Titans looked really good to start the year, but they end up losing to the Ravens, who are 3-1 and in first place of the division, regardless of what happens in our game against the Steelers. Are the Ravens, like, kind of good? Snowhawks lose to the Chargers, 2 0-3 teams. The Chargers get the win. Portland now 0-4. Both QBs played well, though. Kevin Joshua might be playing for his job because the biggest bird is coming. Jackson Smith and Jigba, Raheem Axon, Houday, and Troy Franklin, Go Ducks, all played quite well. All right, the moment of truth. Actually, no, we had the Steamers first. They beat the Colts 24-21. Connor Weston Jr. has gotten off to, I guess, a fine start in his career. He does not have a great team around him, minus Justin Jefferson, who, even, like, here, Justin Jefferson's, like, not that good. Emmanuel Ogbah, Dragon Legend, 3.5 sacks. All right, please show me an L on the screen. Hallelujah, we allowed 7 points. Okay, I can live with that. 2-2. Daniel Godley played pretty good. Okay, good. Hayden Callaway got sacked 6 more times. What is that now, 18? I mean, he's played some good pass rushes, but still, that's a lot. Josh Jacobs played very well. Isaiah Likely, back healthy, leading receiver. Devontae Adams has done, like, nothing. None of our receivers have been very impressive. It seems like Godley likes throwing to the tight end. Who had the sacks? Show me a big number. Oh, no. Okay. Jalen Petrie led the way with 2. Myles Garrett had half a sack. Chase Young had half a sack. Huh. Why does Matt Corral play so much? We probably, like, faked a kick. It looks like both teams would have probably faked a kick. I guess we want to keep Matt Corral's juices flowing. We feel like we owe it to him. So the Texans and the Bengals are both 2-2. I feel a little bit better about our situation, even though I think we've looked worse than the Texans, because we have an easier division. The Niners just beat the 3-0 Vikings. That's a good win. C.J. Stroud still is the MVP of the league, though, through 4 weeks, although he got sacked 8 times. Who performed? Ed Oliver, 4.5. That's a lot. Nick Bolton with 2 picks, though. I can't beat the Vikings. I need somebody else to do it. Lord knows the Monarchs aren't going to. Ooh, this is honestly kind of an interesting game. Vikings and Jets in Week 5. All right, who have we not gone over? Who did we start with? We started with... I don't remember. We have not gone over this game, though. The Cougars beat the Commanders. Check the MVP leaders. The MVP leader doesn't show up until Week 9. But if it did, C.J. Stroud would 100% be first place. He's been unreal. And the team is winning. And their roster is not even that good. We saw the Eagles. No, wait, no. Did I skip this game? I'm slow. The Eagles lose to the Cowboys 35-21. So the Cowboys are 4-0. Joe Burrow played very well. Bryce Young was accurate. He threw 2 picks, but he was accurate. Curtis Samuel played well. Is the Kai Ross here? He is definitely hurt. Yeah. Greg Newsome with another pick. Shocker. The Explorers lose. I missed this game, too. What am I doing? But thank you, San Antonio. This helps out my pick. Jalen Hurts was really good. If Stroud isn't the MVP, it might be Hurts. Okay, did I skip any more games up here? No, I did not. Yeah, we started on the Jets, so that's everyone. I just want to make sure. Did I skip any of these games? I don't think so. No, we're good. I should have never been in a division with Nick. All right, players of the week. Kyler Murray, Drake May, Nick Bolton, and Tremaine Edmonds. 2 orbits, even though they both lost. Didn't Tremaine Edmonds win one earlier? Hold on, let me go back. I think he won one earlier. Yeah, he won it in week 3. Back-to-back players of the week for Tremaine Edmonds. Could he be a defensive player of the year candidate? All right, let's look at the standings. Most of the undefeated and winless teams still hold their stature, but a couple have fallen. We have 3 more undefeated teams, the Bills, the Dreadnoughts, and the Cowboys. None of those are really surprising. Winless, the Snowhawks, the Colts, and the Desperados. None of those are really surprising. In the AFC North, the Ravens have a 1-game lead over everybody, but we're coming. Titans lead the South. Texans have the strong point differential. Game back. Probably a 2-way race there. 2-way race in the East between the Bills and, you guessed it, the New York Jets. As for the West, the Raiders and the Broncos are 2-2. Chargers a game back. I am also coming. Did Michael Thomas just score a touchdown or something? The Vikings are a game ahead of the Explorers and the Lions in the North. The Dreadnoughts are the best team in the South. I totally did not pick the Eagles in my preseason picks to try to have something weird happen. No, totally not. The Cowboys are 4-0. Nick is definitely coming. The other 3 teams are 2-2. And then Seattle is a game ahead of everybody in what appears to be a pretty competitive NFC West with these 2 teams looking improved. I don't know if the Rams are going to stay playing this way, but they look good. The Niners, I think, will be more sustainable. And then the Nighthawks just lost to the Monarchs. We don't need to talk about them. Injuries. Since we went through 4 weeks, there's probably going to be more than normal. Kirby Joseph out for the year. That makes me sad. Dallas Turner and Thomas Harrell. Alex Anzalone, that makes me sad too. Creed Humphrey, broken toe. Phenomenal. Lewis Cine is out for 6 weeks with a tailbone injury. Jordan Mailata for the Colts. Penei Sewell is hurt for 2 weeks. Zakai Ross appears to be back for the Bucks. The rookie X-Factor safety, Nate Stevens, who was one of our random X-Factors, tore his Achilles. Oh no. Rashawn Slater, and that's everyone. That's actually not that long of a list. We're going to go through the league leaders. We won't do team stats. We'll probably do that after the next one, but we can do league leaders. Lamar leads in passing yards. Touchdowns is Hurts. Stroud has 0 interceptions, as does Dak, and Drake May, and Travis Flight, and Hayden Callaway, and Josh Allen, and for my agenda, Matt Corral. Most interceptions is Bailey Gabriel and Tua with 7. Passer rating leader. I have some nasty agendas I would like to push here. As for last among starters is Tua by far. Oh, Burrow's ahead of Stroud. Interesting. Travis Flight is 3rd. Caleb Sampson's 5th. Interesting. Josh Allen's kind of low, even though he has not thrown an interception yet. Daniel Godley is a lot closer to the bottom than he is the top. Wow, he's 3rd to last. Not great. It's only 4 weeks. Why has he been sacked 11 times? CJ Stroud has gotten sacked 19 times and is doing that. Most valuable player. Jonathan Taylor is the rushing leader. Derrick Henry seems to lead in yards per carry. That is amongst qualified players. Sean Tucker is 2nd. Nice. Touchdowns is Joe Mixon with 7. Receiving leader, receptions is Zach Lawler, Jerry Jeudy, and Jacob Cowan with 28. Cooper Kupp leads with yards. In real life, Kirk. Yeah, but CJ Stroud has that dog in him. I don't know if I can say the same for Mr. Kirko. Touchdowns, Cooper Kupp with 6. Cooper Kupp has probably been the offensive player of the year so far. Sacks. There's no way only 4 guys have not allowed a sack. That cannot be true. Most sacks is Patrick McCarry with 7. And then defensively, Tremaine Edmonds leads in tackles. TFL's Joey Bosa in the AFC. Will Anderson and Emmanuel Ogba with 5.5 sacks. And then only 3 guys have multiple interceptions, 2 of which are on the Steamers. NFC, TFLs, 7 for Max Crosby and Kenny Clark, 6.5 sacks for Ed Oliver, 5.5 for Chubb, and 3 interceptions for Nick Bosa. A lot more guys have 2. All right, let's look at the schedule now, and then that'll wrap it up. That's not scheduled. How did your team do? You guys are 2-2. Put Kirby on IR. Can do. All right, week 5. This game isn't bad, although I feel like the Cowboys kill them every time they play each other. The Ravens are 3-1. That's not horrible. This game is intriguing. This game isn't bad. This game isn't awful. This game is interesting if the Nighthawks didn't just lose to Seattle. This game isn't too bad. This game is definitely high on my list, and then this game isn't too bad either. I think the Eagles and Titans and then the Vikings and Jets are probably the 2 best here. Week 6. These games at the top don't seem too shabby. Ravens with another big test. They had the Dreadnoughts and the Texans, so I guess we'll find out if they're for real. Commies Titans is cool. This isn't a bad Monday night game. Dreadnoughts and Steelers. I'm going to go get drunk and watch Oklahoma State lose. Well, they can't lose worse than the Texans did in the first half of the watch game, can they? Week 7. This game is intriguing. Could be the 2 best teams in the North, although the Lions aren't much worse either. This game's not bad. This game's not bad. This game's fun. Divisional round rematch with the Titans and the Bengals. It seems like teams who rematch in the playoffs don't get revenge, so that bodes well for us. Commies Eagles, that's a very good game. This isn't bad. Getting to watch the Dreadnoughts potentially beat up on the Geagles. That's not bad. Another divisional round rematch. And then week 8. I'm not playing a watch game against Najee Harris. Not again. Ravens Bengals is interesting. Geagles Steamers isn't awful. This game's not awful. The Orbits are 1-3, but I feel like they've looked fun. Eagles Niners is interesting. Definitely want to watch the Niners if they keep this up. Cougars Seattle isn't bad. Commies Cowboys Monday Night Football. All right, we got some good stuff. When will the next stream be? I don't know. Are we watching 4 weeks from now on? Mostly yes, so we can move quicker. I think as of now, I'm going to aim for the next stream to be Tuesday? Subject to change. But I think Tuesday is the plan as of now. Can I show you your picks? Yes. Everybody likes Tuesday. Well, that's cool. Here you go. Ba-bam. All right, so that'll do it. Fun start to season number 4, except if your name is Daniel Godley. And again, we'll hopefully be back early next week, maybe Tuesday. We'll see.